Good afternoon. I just had something that touched my heart this morning, and I want to talk about it. I put on my Facebook page how my son, we noticed this, beautiful light this morning and cloud. And my son said, Mom, it's God trying to tell you what direction that you should take. And I didn't understand it this morning, but I get it now. I'm, driving down the street. I realized I didn't eat lunch today. So therefore, I decided to make a stop at one place, but then something inside told me, no, go to this other place. So I'm like, okay, that's a whole nother direction. Okay, I will follow that direction and go to the other place. And as I get out my car, I see a young lady. She's laying over on a table at Wawa. She's kind of slouched over, and she looks drained. So she sees my work badge on me, and she says, "Oh, do you work at Bowley Centers?" And I said, "Yes, I do. What's wrong?" And she said, "Can you please," with panic in her eyes, "please take me there?" And I said, "You know what? No problem. I'll take you there. Just give me 1 second." So I begin to ask God, should I be having this woman in my car? She, something doesn't seem right here. She looked a little disheveled. Lord, just guide me, give me direction, so to speak. So I just heard, go, do what you have to do. So I come out, I said, "Come on, sweetie, get in the car." And she said, the first thing she said, "Did you see that beautiful speck of light this morning?" And I said, "Yeah." And then, throughout the day, I found out that speck of light was because they launched a rocket on the east coast of Florida. But I'm not going to steal anybody's joy to think otherwise, because when I looked at the beautiful light, it did look like it resembled a face. So as she began to tell the story, she said it looked like a beautiful angel appeared from that light. And she said I was almost got killed this morning. I was running from my dope dealer, and he was beating me, and I ran from him and got loose. And as I began to run, I ran across US 19 and was almost struck by a car. She said the car missed her by a couple of inches, and the car spent. It spent to keep from hitting her. And she said she ran across the street because she was so freaked out by this car almost hitting her that she dropped to her knees and looked up and saw this beautiful speck of light, that she began to pray and thank God for saving her life. And so she tells me, "Do you think that God was trying to tell me something?" And I said, "Yes, sweetie, I believe he was trying to tell all of us who saw that speck of light something." And you just don't know what God has in store for you. And my pastor had invited all of us in our church to go on this intimacy with God for 30 days and listen to what God has for you. And when my son said, "God is trying to tell you what direction you should take," and I took that direction today and ran into this young lady who needed me. And as she began to cry in my car, she was like, "That car should have hit me. Maybe I should have died." I said, "No, God is not done with you yet." And I dropped her off, so she can see the counselors here at my job. And I said, "Sweetie, take care of you, and you make sure that you keep God in your life. You never know who you will run across. You never know. It's just not even by coincidence that I ran into this girl. I listened to direction. I followed direction from my Father. And I'm so grateful, because it just gives me chills to talk about this story. And I just want to say, I thank you, Father, for your blessings.